Ale and a couple of friends of hers were having a good time in a small town in Mexico when all of a sudden they noticed what appears to be a glowing humanoid figure walking in the middle of the lake. However, according to her, this would be impossible because the lake is very deep. And this is what she captured on camera. Check this out.
Fuimos a la presa de Tequisquiapan
Señor,
por
véngase.
unos drinks y nos pasó esto.
Sí,
Güey,
ya
es
se
que no
metió
sale aquí, güey.
hasta fondo, hasta la va
Güey, es que no
casi
sale
hasta
aquí.
mitad.
Es que no sale aquí. Vean esto.
Ok, gracias.
Ay, ya lo vi. Es ese, ¿no? Señor, véngase.
Notice how this figure seems to be walking in the middle of the lake where it's very deep. Not only that, it appears as if it's glowing entirely. You can't notice any features, nose, eyes, mouth, nothing. So what the heck is going on here? Watch the rest of the video and check this out.
Véngase.
Camine, siga la luz para acá.
No, hágase usted para acá.
Véngase para acá. ¿Sí viene?
Sí, viene.
Véngase para acá.
Acá,
la luz en medio para acá.
nos va a dejar ahí. No. Yo no.
Venga.
Ay, no manches. Sí.
¿Sabe caer o algo así?
Señor, venga para acá.
Tráigalo. Háganse para acá. Tráigalo una
Güey,
mano.
que trae una
Oye,
pistola.
tráigalo una mano. Vámonos.
Venga, güey, trae algo en la mano.
Maria Lucia posted a very creepy video of what appears to be a humming sound in Wyoming next to Yellowstone, and people are freaking out about it because they think that this might actually have something to do with Yellowstone going active. And this is the video. Check this out. It's around 3 a.m. in the morning, and this man's dog begins reacting to something outside. This is what happens.
Baby, come and see, baby. Babe. See, it's on. Shh, come and see.
What's that? Baby.
A Loch Ness monster type of creature was recorded in Albania in Trespa Lake. Real life glitch in the Matrix Part 2. These guys look the same, but this man knew beforehand what was going to happen. How did he know that? Watch. Real life glitch in the Matrix Part 3. Watch.
See the legend live news. See him. He disappeared. Clean. Live news. Is that live news? When that?
This is Jimmy. Jimmy and his brother went fishing on a sunny day on the Florida coast. It was about 80 miles from the Florida coast. Everything was good, it was looking normal. It was a normal day. They were catching fish until they saw a very strange object falling from space, and this is what they saw. They did like any human being would, and they decided to follow the object. So they went after it, and this is what they actually caught on camera. This mysterious green ooze looking thing. And the more they stayed there, the more it became this greener looking thing. So they tried to contact the Coast Guard, and this is where things become stranger. The communication systems were down. They weren't able to communicate with the Coast Guard or anyone else. So they got the heck out of there as fast as possible, not knowing exactly what it is that they encountered. What do you think? Some people believe there's a reptilian race of humanoids living amongst us. There's very few evidence of this, but I'm going to show you guys some videos. Check this out.
Найдено дне Черного моря. Неизвестно. Думаете, настоящий? Непридуманный персонаж.
The boogeyman is a legend told in ancient myths and stories of an entity that lurks in the shadows and attacks disobedient kids. These two girls were coming home late at night from a party when this happens.
Por eso no dejé de grabar.
Espérate, güey. ¿Qué pedo, güey? ¿Qué pedo con ese vato? ¿Qué pedo? Buenas noches. ¿Qué pedo, güey? Ay, caminaré rápido, güey. A la verga. ¿Qué pedo, güey?
They continue recording because they know things aren't right. When they get home, this thing is already there and it starts pacing up towards them. This is what happens next.
Vamos acá cerca de la casa, no hay pedo. No hay pedo. No mames.
Aquí comenzó a correr hacia nosotras. Entró a la casa, pero no estaba solo.
They go about locking all the doors in hopes that things are going to be sorted out. This
Está dentro. Está dentro, güey. No, métete al cuarto, güey. Métete al cuarto, güey. Métete al cuarto.
This thing is absolutely everywhere. It doesn't seem like it's a human being of sort. I'm not too sure. You can see it's here, it's there. Well, they did what anyone would do, and they locked themselves in the bathroom in hopes of calling a few friends that would come over and help them out. When they do, these friends actually come over quite fast. And when they get there, they get out of the bathroom, and all of the furniture in the living room is messed up. Well, until things start moving on their own. And this is what happens.
Es que, pero ahorita se escuchó cosas y yo.
Aquí es cuando nos dimos cuenta que lo que nos seguía no era de este mundo.
Well, they sit down to call the police. And when they, just moments before they do, a friend of theirs starts screaming. When they get there, their friend isn't there anymore.
¿Qué pasó, güey? ¿Qué pasó, güey? ¿Qué pasó, güey? ¿Qué pasó? Güey, ¿estás bien? ¿Qué pasó?
A woman noticed something really strange while she was talking to a couple of army guys. She noticed that maybe one of them seem to be kind of invisible. A glitch in the matrix or something else. Check this out.
What's up, guys? I'm watching this video on repeat. Your guys' comments are amazing. And someone just pointed something out that I cannot believe what I am seeing. Alright, you see homeboys walk up to me with the dog, the strange dog, right? Apparently the dog helps the grays, but check this out. Right here at 42 seconds, you can see through dude with the glasses as he's walking past the tree. You can see the tree through him. Watch this right here. Here we go. Hold up. Almost. As he's walking away. Right there, you see through the tree.
For more strange videos, check my YouTube channel. That is impossible. This is Patty. Patty's been hearing strange noises coming from under the ground in her backyard. She also says that she's been hearing these strange noises for a while now, for more than 2 years. Well, she posted a video to TikTok and she was finally able to capture these strange sounds on camera, and people were baffled by it. I don't know what it is, but, check it out. She was able to record an audio at 2 a.m. and send it to a friend over via WhatsApp. And, well, this is the audio of the creature breathing. Well, needless to say, Patty did it all to figure out what was going on. She called public services to check the sewer system. They did, and they found absolutely nothing in it. Her neighbors started believing that it could be some sort of duende or a mythological creature. In her culture, people believe these kind of things exist, and who knows? Well, she then called a paranormal investigator to check things out in her house. And, well, this is what happened. A glitch in the universe or something like that. Serena Beverly captured what appears to be a deer with 2 heads.
Two-headed deer.
Now watch this. Watch.
Never thought I'd see it in wild. It's incredible. How is it still alive?
Where? Where's the other head?
Alright, everybody sees me walking. I'm walking. Look. This plane isn't moving. It's not moving. But it sounds like it's moving.
Actress Camila Cabello actually saw something really strange when she was hiking with her family. They went to take a picture and they saw something, they captured something on camera. Check this out, pay attention.
Yeah, so we're hiking, and there's been a lot of spooky activity there. Like, I'm talking UFO, like alien activity. And I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't want to believe and then I see something that isn't there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, my parents do love UFO documentaries. I'm okay. Like, I am fascinated by, like, what's already on Earth. Like, I love nature documentaries, like Planet Earth, all that stuff. I'm not super...
In slow motion, let's take another look at this.
I slowed this video down, this picture down.
What's this? What is that?
Guys, and there's another one that comes from the left
She's gonna show a picture with the two of them, and she says they go behind the mountain. You can actually see that in the video.
Guys, there's
Thing.
two.
Look at
There's two. That does not look like a bird. It's not a phone thing because you see it clearly go from behind the mountain.
Moat Owens was having a good time in the middle of the woods with his family. They were doing some trails with his motorbike. At a certain point in the trail, he got to this place where there was a tree blocking the passageway. He tried to pass over this tree, and this is when he started hearing strange sounds of what appears to be someone screaming for help. Well, some people on the internet believe that this could be a skinwalker, maybe a bobcat, or even something stranger, and this is the video. Check this out.
You turn around and you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there. Could be missing out what's on the other side. Hello?
In 2019, policemen were called upon a suspicious person roaming a neighborhood in Clearwater, Florida at 1 a.m. in the morning. However, when dispatched to the location upon arrival, they came across something really strange. A black triangular ship with no lights on, hovering just about 40 feet above the houses. The craft had no sound, and they were able to capture some of it on camera. Check this out. It is believed that sometimes cameras can pick up things that the eyes cannot see. A man by the name of Elder was waiting for his Uber driver in Rio de Janeiro, and he saw a goat, which is not common in Rio de Janeiro. Well, he started videoing and he posted the video to Twitter. His subscribers noticed something else in the video that he did not see that day.
Do nada. Não pode, mano. Não pode, do nada.
Both fingers? Perfect. Can you see the shadow? The shadow of your hands, of my hands? Can you see the shadow? Okay, when I say 1, 2, 3, take your hands away. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna use the fire. Watch. Fire. No. Birds. Water. Come on. Then wind. You have the spirits. It's not magic, it's the spirits. You have the devil.
James Fitzpatrick works at a steel company at night, and in one specific situation, he captured something chilling on camera, and this is what happens next. Check this out.
Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck, everything's going all fucking haywire. We got alarms going off. Fucking Ryan's out on fucking patrol. Like there's a fucking poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh, fuck that! Oh, no, fuck this. Holy shit. No fucking way did that just fucking happen. Fucking. No fucking way. No fucking shit did that just fucking happen. Holy shit. What the fuck?
Andrew 4R was strolling around in Lago Ranco in Chile when he captured something really strange on camera. Lago Ranco in Chile is a really large lake and it's 200 meters deep. He was next to the shoreline, next to a waterfall, when he saw this creature that a lot of people are coining a dinosaur or some sort of creature. No one knows what it is. This is what he saw.
Oh my god, nobody is gonna ever believe this. Shit. Alright, we're going back inside.
A TikTok user by the name of user.jesse69 has been spending loads of time in the middle of the woods with his friends and family in Ontario, Canada. And after some strange experiences deep in the woods, Jesse has coined himself as a Wendigo hunter. Now, if you do not know what a Wendigo is, it's supposed to be a mythological creature or evil spirit that originated from the folklore of Plains and Great Lakes natives in North America. Wendigos are described as powerful monsters that have a desire to eat their victims, and in most legends, humans transform into Wendigos because of their greed or weaknesses.
What the hell is that?
After quite some time investigating and researching about Wendigos and actually looking for them in the woods, Jesse actually came face to face with a bizarre situation, and this is what he caught on camera.
Oh my god. The other one's right here. Where'd they go? I got one. I can hear him screaming from that side. I could hear him screaming. Look how high this is, guys. Man, I knew they were. Oh!
In this first encounter, it's very difficult to actually affirm if Jesse was actually hearing Wendigos or maybe something else. However, Jesse continued exploring the woods at night, trying to look for these mythological creatures. And in a second encounter, things became stranger. And this is what happens next.
Guys. Oh my god. What the f is that? Oh, another one. Show yourself!
A red-eyed creature can be seen in the video, followed by a howling sound that some internet users believe could be coming from a wolf and not a Wendigo itself. However, things are about to change, and in a third video, Jesse captured something chilling. Check this out.
This was captured on my last live stream, way up in the trees. What the hell is that?
Did you see that? What appears to be some sort of humanoid figure can be seen hiding behind one of the trees during one of his live feeds. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this is the real deal or not. What I do know is that a fourth video was uploaded by Jesse and things just keep on getting creepier. And this is what happens.
Got something coming down, man. I got something screaming down there. I don't know what this is, man. Something screaming down there, man. Something real big, guys. What the?
Did you see that? At 43 seconds in the video, we can see a pair of eyes hiding in the darkness just in front of him in the middle of the woods. And I guess that Jesse didn't see it. And I would say that maybe he's being followed, but I'm not too sure. What I do know is that whatever this thing is, be it Bigfoot, a Wendigo, or maybe something else, Jesse should get the heck out of there as fast as possible. I want to know your opinion. Do you think that Jesse is possibly making this stuff up? Or do you think that Jesse actually came face to face with some sort of strange phenomenon in Ontario, Canada? What's your take? The shadow of a humanoid figure can be seen moving in the sky in San Pedro de Cartago in Colombia. Check this out. Glitch in the Matrix Part 1, leave a like for Part 2. A man finds a mysterious hole in the middle of the desert. Check this out. A woman drives to a cash machine and captures something chilling on camera.
Also, am I just tripping or is that broom fucking standing up by itself? And he's fucking smoking crack right there. Bitch, what is happening?
A family is having a good time at the park when all of a sudden something strange happens and it's recorded.
NPC glitch.
Pay attention to the little kid. A Colombian truck driver captures what appears to be a gnome or a duende on camera.
Vean, muchachos, vean, los que no crean en los duendes, vean. Vean un duende, vean. Un duende, me acabo de aparecer acá en la Gran Colombiana. Ay, fue puta.
Glitches in the Matrix compilation part 2, leave a like for part 3. This first video. You can see what appears to be the figure of a humanoid here. What is going on? In this next video, a person seems to glitch out of nowhere and was caught on a CCTV
I think this
camera.
guy froze.
Check this out.
Literally. What the fuck?
Notice the camera here. You can see a person moving, approaching. This person approaches the entrance, and this is what
Yeah,
happens.
he is literally there. It's not the camera that's frozen, it's him. There he is. This dude is fucking still. What the fuck?
A person captures what appears to be an airplane halted mid-air.
Guys, how the fuck does airplane not moving? It's just sitting there. How the fuck is that doing that?
A person simply disappears during a live transmission.
I've had like a postman now and again bringing back some letters from here that come here around to your house.
Really nice. I've been very lucky because it's looked after by a fantastic medical team, fantastic consultants and nurses, and I've had such.
In 2006, Charlene de Herrera was caught in a flash flood. She was stuck inside her car, and everyone was trying to get her out. A The thing is, all the windows were shut and there was absolutely no way for her to get out until this unbelievable glitch happened. Check this out. It was all caught on camera. Check this out.
In sickeningly slow motion, with all 4 car windows shut tighter than a drum, Charlene and her car slipped into water about 10 feet deep and sank. The first to reach her was a doctor, but try as he did, that stick he had was no match for the safety glass.
I was pounding away, and she had her hands against the glass, and she was terrified.
And then, Charlene was gone. Almost a full minute went by, but unbeknown to everyone was that Howard Absetz, a 43-year-old unemployed store manager, the man in the middle, had somehow reached through Charlene's front window.
For me to actually feel her grasp my arm was a real shock. And then the second time that she grasped my arm, I knew right then that I could get her out.
And then, up she came. Everyone eventually dragged Charlene to safety. But here's the odd part. When Charlene's car was towed from the water, all 4 windows were still closed. How they opened just enough to let her out and then closed again, no one knows.
There was something there. I can't explain it, but something happened for her to be able to be alive today, for me able to pull her out. Something happened for that to happen.
A glitch in the Matrix, a magic trick, or something else entirely. I'm gonna show you guys a video and then try to explain it. Check this out.
I've seen the milk illusion before. It's phenomenal. I love this. 2 ounces is supposed to fill all of these, one at a time. And then at the end, everything goes back into the 2 ounces and these are empty. But we've gone to the next level. If you know anybody that has kids, you gotta share this. This is just absolutely incredible. It's just too much. It's just too much milk. How am I gonna do this? My gosh. Oh my Lord. It's too much darn milk. It's too much darn milk. Get rid of this. And then at the end, in the comments, man, you have done it again. This is too much fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.
Some people believe that in these 2 first cups there's some sort of transparent division that makes it look like he's actually filling in the cup fully, but he's only filling it half. Now this is one theory. Another theory is that, as you can see in these 3 cups, there is already some sort of liquid poured in, and you can see it very clearly here. Now, some people believe that this liquid is responsible for expanding the milk, making it look like it's some sort of glitch in the Matrix or not. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? About 8 years ago, one of the best video evidences was captured on camera in Colico Lake in Chile. Now remember that Colico Lake is 400 meters deep. That's really deep. Check this out.
¿Qué es? ¿Ah? ¿Se hundieron? Oye, pero ¿y la gente no se ha dado cuenta? Se los come todo. Salimos arrancando. ¡Cuidado!
They're warning the other tourists about the creature. Captain Daniel Griffey captured something really strange while he was fishing at Atlantic Beach in North Carolina. Some sort of Loch Ness type monster creature was seen, and this is what he captured on camera.
Look at that.
At first, people thought this was a whale calf lost from its mother, or maybe some sort of other aquatic creature. But still, people are divided and no one knows exactly what this creature is. Anyways, this is not the first time it happens, and in another video that I'm gonna show you guys, it was captured by not appearing in this film in Lake Ontario, what appears to be an Ogopogo type creature or something like that. Check this out. This has got to be one of the strangest videos recorded this last couple of weeks. A man who goes by the name of Meta Cowboy finds a girl who seems to be inside of a loop or some sort of glitch.
Guys,
this
girl keeps repeating the same thing over and over. She's going to get out of her car. Watch her. She's done this 3 times. She's going to get out of her car. She's going to walk around the front. She's going to go get in the passenger side. All right, watch her. This is super creepy. I don't know if it's like a glitch or what. Now she's going to get out and she's going to walk around the back of the car. Okay? She's going to walk around the back of the car and then she's going to get in. She's done this 3 times. She does it every 10 minutes. I'm just sitting in the parking lot. Now she's going to look to the right and then she's going to go. Now, whenever she leaves, she's going to go over here and then she's going to take a right and leave out of the parking lot. Like, the first 2 times, I'm like, what is going on? Now she's going to go, and she's going to go to the highway over there. But sure enough, she goes up to the highway over there, takes a right, and then heads back.
Okay, so he waits for her to come back. He goes inside this store. And this is what happens the second time. Check this out.
There the girl is again. Just to prove to you guys that I wasn't crazy. Watch, she's going to get out. She's stuck in the same pattern. She's done this 5 or 6 times. And she's going to get out and walk around the back of the car.
Here's what would happen if we put all the nukes in the whole world into one spot and detonated them all at once. Well, currently there are about 15,000 nuclear weapons on Earth. Let me put into perspective how much destructive power that really is. On Earth, there are about 4,500 cities and urban areas with at least 100,000 inhabitants. This means with our nuclear arsenal, we can destroy every single city on planet Earth, killing over 3 billion people. But what if we made a huge pile of all 15,000 bombs and pulled the trigger? 1 second after detonation, a fireball 50 kilometers across vaporizes everything in its way, and everything within 250 kilometers will instantly start to burn. The pressure waves of the explosion will circle the Earth tens of times over the next few weeks. The mushroom cloud of this explosion will be so massive it will push up against space itself, and the amount of radioactive material in the environment will double worldwide.
Welcome to ridiculous things going on around the world right now that for some reason you just haven't heard about. Part 22. First off, scientists recently discovered a way to trick cancer cells into consuming toxic drugs. This would increase the effectiveness of chemotherapy treatments, which is huge. They also discovered a new class of anti-cancer compounds which effectively kills liver and breast cancer cells. This lays the foundation for new cancer treatments and gets us closer to curing it. Next, scientists discovered liquid water in a meteorite that formed 4.6 billion years ago. And finding water in a meteorite that has been traveling through space for billions of years is a big deal. Next, scientists in Israel found a creature that can regenerate every single one of its organs after being cut into pieces. So if you cut it into 3 different pieces, it will turn into 3 separate animals. The creature is not too far from humans on the Tree of Life. Maybe we can use its regenerative abilities to help humans.
Welcome to ridiculous stuff going on around the world right now that for some reason you just haven't heard about. Part 14. Scientists just detected mysterious rumblings from inside of Mars. NASA scientists believe the seismic events are caused by a sudden release of energy from the planet's interior. But the origin of this release remains unknown and puzzling. On April 7th, there will be a pink moon that will slightly destabilize the tectonic plates and cause a rise in seismic activity. And it will also cause large tides in oceans. But luckily, all of these effects of the pink moon will be minimal and not cause any devastating effects. Also, there is going to be 2 more supermoons later this year. Scientists also just discovered a dinosaur that lived 80 million years ago in Argentina. And it was so terrifying that they literally named it the one who causes fear. Welcome to ridiculous shit going on around the world right now that for some reason you just haven't heard about. Part 12. First off, President Trump just signed a COVID-19 relief bill, and included in there was something about aliens. Included in the bill was that the Pentagon has 180 days to turn over all information they have on UFOs to the public. So we might get official government confirmation of aliens this year. Also, China recently created their own artificial sun. It can heat up to 150 million degrees in a matter of seconds, and it is 10 times hotter than the core of the sun. Also, scientists recently found 2 new types of fungi that turns flies into zombies. Let's just hope that this doesn't somehow spread to humans. Welcome to ridiculous shit going on around the world right now that for some reason you just haven't heard about. Part 11. Israeli scientists recently discovered a way to use oxygen to reverse the process of aging by 25 years. Scientists gave 35 adults over the age of 64 a oxygen treatment every day for 3 months, and discovered old and malfunctioning cells in the body could be reversed. Also, scientists just discovered outer space isn't actually pitch black like we always thought it was. NASA used photos taken of outer space and removed all known sources of visible light from them. And apparently there was still plenty of unexplained light, and scientists don't know what the source of this light is. Also, scientists discovered a planet that has oceans of lava and where it also rains rocks. Also, scientists discovered that there is water on the sunlit side of the moon. If you want longer videos, check out my YouTube, links in my bio. Welcome to ridiculous shit going on around the world right now that for some reason you just haven't heard about. Part 10. A startup company named Hermes just raised over $16 million to build a jet that travels at Mach 5. That means you can go from New York to London in under 90 minutes. Or you could go from New York to Los Angeles in under 30 minutes. Also, a coronavirus vaccine that has a 90% protective rate has been tested and it seems to work. It has been tested on over 43,000 people, and if everything keeps moving smoothly like it has been, this could be it. Also, NASA just claimed that the Milky Way galaxy has at least 300 million habitable planets with liquid water on their surfaces. And the closest of these planets are only 20 light years away, so that means life on other planets could be closer than we think. Also, scientists just found the STD chlamydia in the deepest reaches of the Arctic Ocean, and they have no idea how it survives there or how it even got there. This 15-year-old boy chased a car on his bike for 15 minutes to rescue this 5-year-old girl after she was abducted from her front yard, and where he is today will definitely shock you. Back in 2013, 5-year-old Jocelyn Rojas was playing in her grandma's front yard when all of a sudden an older man grabbed her by her neck and shoved her into his car. Tamar Boggs, who lived in the same neighborhood, heard of the abduction and wanted to help. He hopped onto his bike and rode around until he spotted a maroon car that seemed to be avoiding police officers and roadblocks. He chased it for 15 minutes until he got close enough that he saw Jocelyn sitting in the front seat of the car. Tamar locked eyes with the abductor and said, "I see you." And this freaked out the criminal so much that he pushed the little girl out of his car and sped away. She was completely fine, and this act of bravery by Tamar is the only reason Jocelyn is alive today. But this is when the story gets even crazier. Just 3 years after saving Jocelyn's life, Tamar robbed a grocery store at gunpoint and is going to be going to jail for up to 10 years. This 7-year-old girl used her body as a human shield to save her mother's life, and the way she did it will make you cry. In 2007, 7-year-old Alexis Goggins was on her way to a birthday party with her mom and her mom's friend, when suddenly a hooded figure jumped into the backseat of the car with a gun. It was actually her mom's ex-boyfriend, Calvin Tilley. Alexis's mom pleaded for him not to hurt her or her daughter, but he didn't listen. Calvin pulled the trigger twice before Alexis took action. She screamed, "Don't hurt my mother," at the top of her lungs, then she jumped between the two of them. She used her tiny body as a human shield, absorbing the next 6 shots from Calvin's gun. But this is when the story gets even crazier. Doctors told Alexis's mom that Alexis would never be able to walk or talk ever again, but they were super wrong. Even after losing an eye and having to go through 6 surgeries, she made a full recovery and recently graduated high school. This 14-year-old boy protected a rape victim from her attacker, and the way he did it is so heroic. On January 16, 2013, James Pearson was watching his 2 younger siblings when he heard frantic banging at the door of his house. Though frightened, James unlocked the door to an alarming sight. It was a woman who was wrapped in clear packing tape with bruises on her face and cradling one arm. She said she had been raped by a man who held her at gunpoint and was transporting her in a car when she escaped. All of a sudden, James saw headlights coming up his driveway, but the 14-year-old did not waste any time. He locked all the house doors, herded everyone into the bathroom, turned off all the lights, and grabbed his hunting knife and waited. And this is when the story gets even crazier. The rapist Eric Ramsey was unable to break in, so he moved on to another plan. He started pouring gasoline on the house and setting it on fire. Luckily, James's father came home just in time to put out the fire before it could spread. And the attacker tried escaping the scene but was later shot and killed. This man ordered Domino's every day for 10 years until Domino's employees realized something was very wrong, and what happened will shock you. Kirk Alexander is a 48-year-old man who lives alone in his house in Salem, Oregon. And his favorite food is pizza, and for 10 years Alexander has ordered from the same Domino's pizza shop every day. But one day he suddenly stopped, and the Domino's employees were very shocked when they found out why. Sarah Fuller, the general manager for the Domino's shop, saw that he hadn't ordered in 11 days straight, and she knew something was wrong. So Fuller decided to send an employee named Tracy Hemblin to go check on their loyal customer. As he approached the front door, he could see that the lights inside were on, but when he knocked, no one answered. So Sarah called 911, and when police arrived, they found him on the floor gasping for air. He had suffered a stroke, but this is when the story gets way better. He has since made a full recovery, and the host of Good Morning America gave the entire restaurant staff an amazing gift. They all got tickets to the premiere of Captain America: Civil War. Believe it or not, these 3 animals can live forever. Number 1, we have tardigrades, or better known as water bears. These microscopic animals are the most indestructible species of animals on Earth. They can survive radiation, boiling liquids, and even outer space without any protection. They survive by going into an almost death-like state called cryptobiosis, and they can stay in that state forever. Number 2, alligators and crocodiles. Aging has absolutely no effect on them. Although they can't die of natural aging, nature always has a way to kill them. The way they die is out of starvation or if they contract the disease. Number 3, regenerating flatworms. These creepy crawlers are famous for their regeneration abilities. When a worm is cut, it can form into 2 separate worms. This apparently limitless regeneration also applies to aging and damaged tissue. This allows the worms to cheat death forever. This 9-year-old girl jumped in front of a truck to save her little sister's life, and she got a really awesome reward for it. On a rainy day in February 2011, Anaya Rucker and her 5-year-old sister Camry tried to cross the street to catch their school bus. But the rain was so heavy that they could not see an oncoming truck. Without hesitation, Anaya ran and pushed her sister out of harm's way and took the impact of the truck herself. She broke both of her legs and actually had to get her left leg amputated. She also broke her neck, lost a kidney, and had her spleen injured. But this is when the story gets way better. After her heroic actions, Anaya ended up on the reality show Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and she was gifted a full scholarship to Berry College. And just last year, Berry College fulfilled its promise and Anaya moved into her new dorm room. And she is so excited for the future as she is finally able to walk again due to her new prosthetic leg. Strangers bought all the ice pops from this old man's cart to help him get out of the heat. Then they gave him $60,000. On Father's Day, Don Rosario, a 70-year-old man, was pushing a refrigerator cart around a Chicago neighborhood selling ice pops. That's when some kind neighbors decided to buy all of his ice pops so that he could go home and rest. And this is when the story gets even better. The kind neighbors that bought all of his ice pops recorded the interaction and posted it on TikTok. Their username is Miklo98, and after their TikTok went viral, they set up a GoFundMe to help Don Rosario retire. Their initial goal was to raise $10,000, but generous strangers from all around the world have donated over $60,000. After COVID canceled all flights, this man sailed solo across the Atlantic Ocean to reach his 90-year-old father. Juan Manuel wanted more than anything to be reunited with his elderly parents in Argentina in time for his father's upcoming 90th birthday. But there was 5,600 miles of ocean between him and his family, so he decided he was gonna sail home. It took him 85 days to sail from Argentina to Portugal, and around 30 days in he ran out of fuel completely and was left to rely purely on wind power. But 85 days after leaving Argentina, he arrived to port in Portugal and he was tested for COVID-19 and he cleared. And Juan Manuel and his father were reunited just in time for Father's Day. This 17-year-old hero caught this toddler when she fell out of a second-story window. Back in July, Fuzi Zabat was working on the streets of Turkey when he noticed this 2-year-old had wandered away from her mother as she was cooking dinner and was approaching an open window. Fuzi was very concerned as this window was on the second story. Shortly after Fuzi crossed the street, the toddler tumbled out of the window, but luckily she fell right into the arms of the teenager. And here is the video of him catching her. This man won the lottery, and what he is spending all the money on is so wholesome it will make you smile. 79-year-old Jack Meyer won the lottery in 2006, and sadly, shortly after that, he lost his wife Mirna to breast cancer. So he decided to use all of his earnings to rent a bunch of billboards around his town to urge young women to get checked regularly for breast cancer and really pay attention to their health. The billboards cost him more than $2,000 each every single month. But after losing his wife to breast cancer, he was determined to make a change. He won $350,000 in the Supercast jackpot. And when asked how long he's going to keep doing what he's doing, this is what he had to say.
How long are you going to keep doing this?
Until I run out of money. That's my feelings.
3, 2, 1.
You could have the ability to do this. About 8% of people can. This skill is called voluntary nystagmus, where your eyes move side to side so fast it looks like they're vibrating. If you want to find out how to do this, listen carefully. First, you need to hold your finger about a foot in front of you. Now bring your finger closer until it's almost blurry. At that point, shift your focus between your finger and the background behind it really fast. This will cause your eyes to shake. Comment if you tried it. These identical twins married another set of twins even though doctors told them not to do it. Twins Brittany and Brianna literally do everything together. They even went to law school at the same time and got the exact same grades. When they graduated, they worked at the same law firm and would go home and sleep in the same bed. That's when they met twins Josh and Jeremy and they instantly hit it off. And when it came time to pop the question, both of the twins proposed at the exact same time. Weeks later, all 4 of them walked down the aisle together. After that, both couples moved into the same house and now live together. What's even crazier is that they just got pregnant at the same time. But here's the thing, most of the time when two siblings have children, they're considered cousins. But doctors say that's not the case with them since they're identical twins. Instead, their children will be full siblings even though they have different parents. This 76-year-old man saved the lives of all of his students from a school shooter, and the way he did it is so heroic. On April 16, 2007, 76-year-old Dr. Labrescu was teaching his engineering class at Virginia Tech, when all of a sudden a shooter opened fire in the school and was about to burst into his classroom. But without hesitation, Dr. Labrescu, who is a Holocaust survivor, showed his courageous personality once again, as he sprinted to the door and held it shut with his own body. He shouted out orders for his students to kick out the windows and jump down to the first floor and escape. And as all of his students made it to safety, Dr. Labrescu was shot 5 times through the door, including one to the head, which sadly killed him. The killer named Cho Seong-ho killed 32 people that day before committing suicide. But the death total that day would have been a lot higher if it wasn't for Dr. Labrescu's heroic actions. This man wrestled a shark to retrieve his nephew's arm. In 2001 in Florida, a boy named Jesse had his arm bitten off by a shark. His uncle carried him out of the water and gave him heart massages until medical assistance arrived. The uncle then went back into the water and wrestled with the shark until he grabbed it and pulled it to shore. He then pried the shark's jaws open and pulled his nephew's arm out. They kept the boy's arm on ice until it arrived at the hospital, and thankfully they got it there on time and they were able to reattach his arm. This man has saved over 400 people from taking their own lives, and his story will make you smile. Every Saturday and every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the past 17 years, 52-year-old Chen Si rides 12 miles on his electric scooter from his home to the Nanjing Yangtze River Bridge. At 200 feet above water, this bridge is the most common suicide spot in the world. Chen uses all of his might to stop people from taking their own lives. He talks, he grabs and holds strangers in his arms until they stop struggling. And since he can't always be physically on the bridge, he has signs all over with uplifting quotes and his personal phone number. He even rents and pays for a 2-bedroom flat that's right next to the bridge, so that those in need could have a place to stay after being saved from the bridge. This officer talked this suicidal man out of taking his own life 8 years ago, and they just reunited, and it's the most wholesome thing you'll ever see. Back on March 11th, 2005, Kevin Berthia was about to take his life by jumping off of the Golden State Bridge, when all of a sudden he heard the voice of Kevin Briggs calling out to him from above. After a 60-minute life-changing conversation, Briggs managed to convince Berthia to climb back over the rail and give life another shot. Since that significant day, Berthia hasn't looked back and is now happily married with 2 children. And recently he was able to thank the man that made this all possible. The pair reunited at a ceremony for suicide prevention, where Berthia stood and gave a speech. He said, "I didn't want him to try to stop me that day, but now I'm glad he did. All I can say is that I am truly grateful Briggs gave me an opportunity to live." This 8-year-old saved 6 people from a burning mobile home, but sadly, this story has a tragic end. This hero right here is Tyler Duhan, and he woke up at 4 in the morning one day and he was the first to notice a fire in his grandfather's mobile home. He woke up 6 of his family members and was able to save their lives. And 2 of the lives he saved included children aged 4 and 6. Once he knew all 6 of them were safe, Tyler ran back into the burning mobile home to help his disabled grandfather get out of the blazing trailer. But sadly, he never made it out, and when the fire was extinguished, the firefighters saw Tyler and his grandfather's bodies together on a bed. The burnt bodies showed that Tyler was trying to lift his grandfather, who was his best friend, out of the mobile home before he sadly succumbed to heat and smoke. Tyler had an honorary firefighter funeral and will always be remembered as a hero. This Starbucks employee received over $100,000 in tips after refusing to serve a customer who wasn't wearing a mask. So all Starbucks now are requiring all customers to wear a mask at all cafe locations. But this lady named Amber Lynn Giles thinks she can do whatever she wants. One day, Giles walked into a Starbucks. Lyndon Gutierrez politely asked her if she had a face mask. Gutierrez told her that masks were company policy, which made Giles flip Gutierrez off, yell in his face. She then took this photo of Gutierrez and threatened to get him fired. This incident led a sympathetic stranger named Matt Cohen to start a virtual tip jar for Gutierrez on GoFundMe, and it has raised over $100,000. But believe it or not, this story gets even crazier. Giles is so crazy that she said she wants to sue for half of the funds that were donated to Gutierrez. And Giles says that she is the one that is owed an apology. But wait guys, I posted a new YouTube video today. Click the link in my TikTok bio to go watch it. This 13-year-old boy saved the lives of all the kids on his school bus, and you won't believe how he did it. It was a regular morning in April 2012, and Jeremy was sitting in his usual seat, only a few seats from the front row, when all of a sudden he saw the bus driver shake frantically and slump down in his seat. The bus kept going forward, but the driver's hands had left the wheel and nothing was guiding the bus. The 7th grader jumped into action, grabbing the controls and steering the bus of over 15 other kids to the side of the road safely. He couldn't brake the bus because he couldn't reach the pedals, but he did manage to bring the vehicle to a stop by yanking the keys out of the ignition. And this is when the story gets even better. Jeremy wasn't the only hero on the bus that morning. One of his best friends, Johnny Wood, performed CPR on the driver until help arrived. This 12-year-old's quick thinking is the only reason him and his 2 siblings are alive today. This is Timmy Miles, and in 2011, his mom took him and his 2 siblings to an isolated area of Cibola County, New Mexico. She then forced all of them to take a huge amount of pills before taking the medication herself. And after a few minutes, they were all unconscious. But the car they were in was still running, and after a few hours, it caught fire. Timmy woke up before the fire spread throughout the vehicle, but his attempt to extinguish it was unsuccessful. Thinking quickly, Timmy pulled everyone out of the car. He and his siblings suffered first-degree burns and smoke inhalation, but they did survive. The mother did die, however. And this is when the story gets even crazier. Since it was absolutely freezing outside, the kids had to crawl back into the car after it stopped burning to stay warm throughout the night. And when the sun rose the next day, they hiked to safety. This 6-year-old saved his little sister's life, and you won't believe what happened after. On July 9th, Bridger Walker, who was only 6 years old, jumped into action when a huge German Shepherd charged towards his 4-year-old little sister. He shielded his sister from the dog with his own body and was brutally attacked. The dog leaped and lashed onto Bridger's cheek, and Bridger had to undergo 2-hour surgery and get 90 stitches to fix his cheek. And this is when the story gets even crazier. It turns out that Bridger is a huge fan of the Marvel superheroes. Chris Evans, who is Captain America, heard of Bridger's story. Chris Evans FaceTimed him and is gonna send him an authentic Captain America shield because he was such a hero. Robert Downey Jr., who is Iron Man, also FaceTimed him and said he is gonna send him an even better gift than a Captain America shield. Even Tom Holland, who is Spider-Man, said that Bridger is invited anytime he wants to set during the filming of Spider-Man 3. Believe it or not, 2020 just got even crazier. 2020 really won't let us catch a break. So back in April of this year, the Pentagon released and confirmed the authenticity of 3 UFO sightings. And now the Pentagon is saying that they have a UFO unit and that they are going to be releasing their findings to the public in the next 180 days. And the craziest part is these findings are talking about off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. So we are getting into alien territory, and it could be a possibility that by the end of this year, the government will show us aircraft from other planets. Here are some lies your parents told you as a kid that you probably still believe. Number 1, if you swallow your gum, it'll stay in your stomach for 7 years. This is completely false, and it moves along just like anything else you eat. Number 2, cracking your knuckles will give you arthritis. This is completely false, and it will not result in any permanent damage at all. Number 3, sitting too close to the TV will ruin your eyesight. This is absolutely false, and it will not affect your eyesight at all. Here are the 6 most common dreams and what they say about you. Number 1, we have falling. Falling dreams is a sign that something in your life isn't going well. It might suggest that you need to rethink a choice or consider a new direction in some area of your life. Number 2, we have being chased. Being chased in your dreams means that you're trying to avoid something in your daily life. Number 3, we have flying. A dream of you flying means that you have a desire to flee or escape from the realities of life. Number 4, we have being naked in public. Dreams of you being naked in public could mean that you feel like a phony or that you are afraid of revealing your imperfections or shortcomings. Number 5, dreams about losing teeth. A dream about you losing teeth means that you are worried about your attractiveness or your appearance, or you are concerned that you might have said something embarrassing. Number 6, failing a test or the fear of taking a test. These dreams mean that you feel unprepared for the challenges of your waking life. Scientists are very puzzled over a mysterious glowing hole in the bottom of the ocean. 2020 really does get crazier every day. So scientists are flocking to Florida's Gulf Coast for a glimpse of a mysterious glowing 425 feet deep blue hole. And this hole is 155 feet below the water surface. Little is known about blue holes due to their lack of accessibility and unknown distribution and abundance. But remarkably, they actually discovered 2 dead but intact small-toothed sawfish that were actually 12 feet in length at the bottom of the hole. And these sawfish are actually endangered species. This shows that many endangered or thought to be extinct animals could be lurking down in the hole. And they're also looking to see if blue holes are hiding new species of animals. Scientists plan to embark on a new mission to a second, deeper area of the hole in August. But knowing 2020, who knows what they would discover down there.